Welcome to Hero Villains. Who do you think would win when Conquest and Shazam, the Tyrant of the outer space versus the young god of thunder? The clash between Conquest, the super evil conqueror, and Superman Shazam is a classic battle between the brutal power of the masters of the universe and the ultimate magic of DC Comics. Conquest typically represents pure cruelty, brute strength, and an iron will, while Shazam combines divine magic, speed, strength, and flight, creating an unpredictable fight with Shazam having the advantage due to his diverse skills and divine power derived from various gods. In this confrontation, Conquest represents pure strength and brutal battlefield experience, while Shazam embodies divine power and magical energy. Conquest's physical strength may match Shazam's, but Zeus's lightning and Shazam's magical nature make the battle intense, fierce, and unpredictable. Before we delve into the analysis, please subscribe and remember to turn on notifications by clicking the bell icon. Thank you very much. Conquest is the embodiment of pure strength and uncompromising violence. Throughout his conquests, he has almost never known defeat. This reputation is not unfounded, as Conquest is ranked among the greatest Viltrumite warriors who ever existed. He is spoken of with a mixture of caution and fear, like a nightmare emerging from endless war. Even Thrag, considered the strongest and almost insurmountable Viltrumite, had to acknowledge Conquest's strength to a certain extent. Nolan, who is often underestimated, also emphasized that Conquest is capable of withstanding the very terrifying attacks he unleashes. According to Nolan, when Invincible was consumed by rage, Hibbatha power was enough to defeat Conquest. That happened, but it wasn't easy. The battle was like the collision of two storms, each blow carrying a destructive intent. Even though Conquest lost, he proved just how formidable he was, making the victor pay the price with months of recovery. According to the harsh laws of the Viltrum, age is the measure of strength. The longer a Viltrumite lives, and the more battles they've fought, the more fearsome they become. Conquest is living proof of that truth. This intergalactic warrior once stood at the very top of the Viltrum power structure, second only to Grand Regent Thrag, and perhaps even Nolan, the few names that could make him wary. Conquest possesses all the core abilities of his kind: flight, superhuman strength, terrifying speed, a nearly invulnerable body, fearsome regeneration, and extraordinary endurance. With over 5,000 years of warfare, slaughter, and conquest, he is so proficient in close combat that each blow carries the experience and ruthlessness accumulated over time. Confronting Conquest means standing before the gates of destruction of the Viltrum Empire. When a world dares to resist, Viltrum will unleash its ultimate solution. And that solution is Conquest. He is not just a weapon, but the final blow. To alleviate the boredom of slaughter, Conquest enjoys toying with his opponents through cruel psychological games. This arrogance led him to underestimate Invincible, and he paid the price with defeat and humiliating pain. But behind his insane and scarred exterior lies a bitter truth. Conquest is alone. He craved friendship, camaraderie, and recognition from other Viltrumites, but all he received in return was fear. Conquest is considered one of the most fearsome Viltrumites. He has lived through countless eras, accumulating power and experience to the point where he can rival Omni-Man, though he has yet to reach the absolute pinnacle of Emperor Thrag. Conquest himself bitterly admitted that he was a victim of his own success. His immense power caused those on his side to fear and avoid him, even refraining from speaking to him or considering him a true comrade. Conquest lives up to his name: cold, ruthless, and purely a nightmare of war. From the beginning, Anissa warned that an even more terrifying being would appear, merciless and leaving no hope. On the surface, Conquest appears as a monster to heighten the drama, but later, it becomes clear that beneath that brutal exterior, there are very human emotions, almost like an ordinary person isolated in their own society. Conquest presents Mark with the most horrific physical challenge since the blow from the father he once trusted. The pressure is so heavy that Mark is forced to back down and try to talk instead of continuing to fight. Not because he is weak, but because Conquest is too strong. So strong that every choice becomes hopeless, and every moment of confrontation feels like standing on the brink of collapse. In terms of the force of each blow, Conquest is often considered more brutal and ruthless than even a Kryptonian. Although both sides share some similar moments of combat, Conquest's fighting style leans towards overwhelming force and ruthless indifference. In terms of speed, Conquest easily reaches supersonic levels in battle. Meanwhile, Superman from the DCEU cinematic universe demonstrates a completely different level, with superior fighting speed, enough to overwhelm supersonic opponents like Wonder Woman and possibly even Arthur. Conquest may be superior to many members of the Justice League, but he has never shown that he can maintain a fighting pace at the extremely high level of Superman. What makes Conquest terrifying lies in his experience and skill. Born on the planet Viltrum thousands of years ago, he is the embodiment of a war that has lasted for countless generations. However, Viltrum's history also records a terrible catastrophe. Their enemies created the Calamity virus based on Thetis' DNA, spreading death to the entire race for decades. Conquest is one of the few survivors, but the price was not small. During a period of temporary weakness, he lost his right arm and was blinded in one eye after an encounter with Ragnar. The replacement electronic arm is not only a scar from the past, but also a reminder that even a war machine like Conquest once stood very close to extinction. Conquest possesses extremely advanced and powerful genetic material, granting him a range of superhuman abilities that grow stronger over time. His physical prowess places him among the elite of his race, with strength far exceeding that of most other Viltrumites. Conquest is considered one of the strongest Viltrumites in history, second only to the Grand Regent himself. Conquest strikes fear into almost every creature, primarily due to his extreme violence in crippling his opponents first. I really hope you'll subscribe to the channel, it would help us a lot, and you're the best person ever. Thank you so much. Billy Batson is Shazam, a young hero chosen by ancient forces. Guided by ancient mages, he is granted the powers of gods and legendary heroes, becoming a living symbol of pure magic. Initially, Billy was known as Captain, as he soon realized a humorous yet troublesome paradox. Simply uttering a familiar spell would instantly transform him, whether he wanted to or not. Later, Billy was given the living lightning by the mage Mamaragan, a magical energy crystallized from the power of 6 great entities. Each time he says the word Shazam, an ancient covenant is activated. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the endurance of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the courage of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury combine, propelling Billy into his mature form, reaching the peak of both physical and mental prowess. Simultaneously, he is recognized as the magical champion, the protector of the fragile balance between worlds. However, the events on planet Lazarus altered the nature of magic. From then on, Billy no longer had complete control over his transformations. Whether intentional or not, his powers surged, bringing with it a heavier responsibility than ever before. Each transformation, Shazam not only wielded the power of the gods, but also carried the weight of faith. Thanks to Solomon's blessing, Shazam could access a nearly limitless treasure trove of profound knowledge. For Billy, this ability was not simply superior intelligence, but more like a guiding intuition, a moral compass whispering right from wrong. Previously, Solomon's wisdom had manifested through an entity named Francesca, who directly conversed with him and offered advice. Later, Solomon elevated Billy's intellect in his superhuman form, making him far more insightful and sharp. Hercules' blessing bestowed upon Shazam's superhuman strength enough to rival entities like Wonder Woman, Superman, or Black Adam. Billy once accomplished the seemingly impossible by stopping the moon's wild rotation under the influence of a space-shifting engine. Meanwhile, the durability from Atlas allowed Shazam to survive without food, water, or any other source of sustenance in his superhuman state. He withstood Superman's furious punch with almost no ill effects and fought Superboy Prime without suffering serious damage. Each blessing not only increased his abilities, but also cemented Shazam's image as a champion standing on the edge of divinity, a being that transcends the ordinary limitations of space. Unaffected by vacuum or gravity, he can freely traverse the depths of the universe. The power of Zeus invigorates the mystical lightning flowing within him, amplifying all his abilities and allowing Shazam to control the living lightning, the very energy that shaped his superhuman form. Shazam can create and control living lightning at will, projecting energy from his fingertips or transforming it into a direct weapon of attack. Each lightning bolt bears the mark of magic, both destructive and precise. He also demonstrates the ability to cast various other spells, particularly when using the Book of Champions to create sophisticated and precise incantations. This mastery is not a matter of innate instinct, but is passed down from the sorcerers and champions who once sat on the Eternal Council. Every time Shazam unleashes a spell, it's not just individual power, but the echo of centuries of magic converging in one person, brilliant, dangerous, and full of responsibility. Shazam once demonstrated the incredible versatility of magic by shrinking himself to the size of Mr. Mind, thus plunging into a battle taking place within his father's mind. For him, the line between the serious and the fantastical is almost non-existent. He can even summon a ping-pong table right in the middle of Justice League headquarters as a reminder that magical power isn't just for destruction, but can also bend reality in the most unbelievable ways. Shazam transformed Superboy Prime's icy breath into fire and then counterattacked, demonstrating his ability to reverse and manipulate energy at an extremely high level. Shazam can access the Eternal Stone at any time, located at the center of the multiverse. He even forced mages to teleport there with a single bolt of his will. Billy possesses superhuman speed, so fast he can run at nearly 1/3 the speed of light and was once considered superior to Kid Flash. Shazam's power was demonstrated when he blocked and broke Yuga Khan's sword, then defeated the ancient god with a single blow. Yuga Khan was the father and predecessor of Darkseid, a primordial evil god representing pure suffering. He once turned Darkseid into stone and possessed the Torture Order, considered the precursor to the Omega Effect. Shazam's defeat of such an entity was not just a victory of power, but also an affirmation that he stands on the boundary between mortal and divine, where every action can shake the entire multiverse. Shazam outpaced Superboy Prime and delivered the finishing blow with a devastating combined attack, a fusion of the living lightning and a simultaneous punch from him and Black Adam. It wasn't just a victory, it was a moment of triumph. Superboy Prime of Prime Earth was considered one of the most fearsome Supermans ever to exist, capable of delivering blows that shook reality and tore through the boundaries of dimensions. Shazam had also defeated gods of war and strength like Atlas, Ares, and Thor, names synonymous with divine power. He also defeated Rao, one of the most powerful Kryptonians, revered as the supreme symbol of his race. In his darkest moment, Shazam even impaled Mary Bromfield, who had once shared the living lightning with him, a painful act, demonstrating that power sometimes comes with unavoidable tragedy. Endowed with the power of Zeus, Shazam can summon lightning bolts so terrifying they could stun even a magical dragon. Each lightning strike not only possesses destructive power, but also declares that he is no longer a boy destined for ruin, but a force capable of challenging both gods and the most powerful symbols of the universe. Conquest. The ancient but terrifying Viltrumite warrior appears as a catastrophe in human form. He arrives on Earth not to test himself, but to impose absolute domination. On the other side, Shazam senses the surging vibrations of magic and cosmic energy. Billy Batson utters his fateful call, lightning tearing through the sky, initiating an unavoidable confrontation. Conquest is the embodiment of pure violence. Overwhelming physical strength, millennia of battle experience, and an unyielding will make him a crushing machine that devours everything in his path. He needs no sophisticated tricks, only relentless pressure until his opponent crumbles. Before him, Shazam is a combination of 6 gods, possessing the strength of Superman, the speed of Hermes, the wisdom of Solomon, and the power of sacred magic. Yet, hidden beneath that aura is a youthful soul, hesitant and full of compassion. The battle erupted with punches that shook the city. Conquest charged in like an uncontrolled storm, each blow aimed at destruction. Shazam responded with lightning and divine power, elevating the fight to the clouds to avoid harming innocent people. Gradually, Conquest gained the upper hand through ruthlessness and the ability to read the rhythm of attacks. He exploited every moment of hesitation in Billy's young mind, wearing down Shazam's spirit despite his still robust body. When defeat seemed imminent, Shazam realized what made him different. It wasn't just brute strength, but magic. Divine power that could penetrate the very essence of Viltrumite. Billy mustered all his willpower, summoning a column of pure lightning imbued with the essence of the gods. For the first time, Conquest felt true pain. That energy tore through his defenses, knocking him back, leaving behind a breathtaking silence where ancient power had been subdued by faith and magic. Conquest. For the first time, the Viltrumite warrior felt real pain. His body couldn't withstand the divine energy and he was knocked off the battlefield. The winner, Shazam. I hope you enjoyed this fight. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments. Follow me if you like it. That's today's video. Thank you very much.